farmer's donkey fell into an abandoned well. The animal cried pitifully for hours as a farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided that the animal was too old and the well needed to be covered up anyways. So, so it was just not worth it, you know. Le iba a dejar ahí que se muriera. So it wasn't worth it to him to retrieve it, the donkey. So he invited all his neighbors to come and help him. So they each grabbed a shovel and began to shovel dirt into the well. Okay, because they were gonna bury him alive. What a mean farmer. So realizing, so everybody began to shovel dirt into the well, realizing what was happening. The donkey at first cried, and horribly. Then, after a few shovels later, he quieted down completely. So the farmer peered down into the well and was astounded by what he saw. With every shovel full of dirt that hit the donkey's back, donkey was doing the same. No, hold on, I got lost. Was astounded by what he saw. With every shovel full of dirt that hit his back, the donkey was doing something that amazed everybody. He would shake it off. As soon as the dirt from the donkey, he would shake it off. So every time everybody was like shoveling, shake it off, and shake it off, and take a step up on the new layer of dirt. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shove the dirt on the animal, he would shake it off and shake. And then after every shake off, he would step up. So pretty soon the donkey stepped over the edge of the well and trotted off. To the shock of the instructor, man, that's a pretty hard word. After the shock of all, the neighbors' life, in other words, it's just life. Life is going to shovel dirt on us, completely, in every direction. That's what the moral of the story is. Yeah. But I got lost because I couldn't pronounce this word. Astonishment.
There you go.
Thank you, Jesus. So the shock and astonishment of all the neighbors, life is going to shovel dirt on you. All kinds of dirt. The trick to getting out of the well is not to let you bury you, but to shake it off. And after every shake off, you just step it on.
There you go.
When you step it up, each of our troubles is a stepping stone. When we get out of the deepest wells, just not by stopping, never give up, just shake it off and just step up. Life is going to be hard, in other words. And that's what we're here to teach, and that's what we believe is shake it off. Life is just going to, in every direction. I don't care who we are or anything, but that's life. And that's what we're here for. To edify each other up.
That's right.
Lift each other up. Shake it off. And tonight, we're going to have round one. It's going to be Mr. Orlando Salinas. And then round two is going to be Mr. Alex Badillo. So let's give Orlando a
All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. My name is Orlando Salinas. I am grateful to be here today, and I want to welcome those of you guys that are here for the first time to Choose to Change mentoring class. And this is a class designed to help people change their lives, give them a starting point. Not only a starting point, you can learn a lot of things in here if you want to change your life. And that's what it's all about. It's about changing our lives, making our lives better, moving forward. I was thinking today, we visit our mom at least once a week. I would listen to my mom. Every time I listen to my mom, I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to listen more, try to listen to my mom more in terms of listen to what she's saying. They say some very profound, simple truth. You know how some older men and women has some simple truths about life, you know? And I was thinking about something she had said. I was thinking about my mom because she's getting older. I'm looking at life. I'm starting to look at life a little differently, maybe because I'm getting older. You know, when you have a baby, you look at life a little differently. You know, when something happens to you, tragedy, when you go to prison, you know, near-death experience, something, right, sometimes happens to us, and it kind of refocus your perspective on life, right? You know, and many times, this is what we need. You know, I believe those are what I call windows of opportunity, where you put a position or you get to a fork in the river of life, right? And you're riding along and you have to make a decision. Which way it'll go, you know, when we get out of prison. You know, it feels great to get out of prison. Those of you that have been in prison, I mean, it's like no other feeling. You know, free again. But then we have to make some decisions. We start making some decisions on a day-to-day basis for your future, your career, a job, which job, you know. But, you know, things happen in our lives that we have to make decisions. And this is really why organization that I started is Choose to Change, because I came to the conclusion that life is all about choices, and the choices you make. You know, I made a choice that I want to make a difference in my life, in my family's life. I want to make a difference. And the reason I was saying what I was thinking, I was looking at my mom, and she's getting older, and, you know, I really want to bless my mom. I want to help her. You know, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to help her more, you know. And today I got up early in the morning because she was going to try to get some help for her light bill. You know, there's some social services that help people with their light bill, you know. But you have to get up at 5:30 in the morning or 6 and go stand in line till 8 o'clock in the morning. Till they open the office, because, you know, a lot of people want these helps. You know, and I was thinking of how our parents or wives or, you know, have sacrificed for us. You know, we have no idea what our parents have done for us. You know, our children have no idea what we've done for them until they get older. You know, and I'm thinking of these things. I went and stood in line for her, you know, at 6 this morning, so that she wouldn't have to stay in line. One, because she didn't want to go, because she couldn't. And another because, yeah, I'm going to go stand in line for you. I thought about when she used to stand in line for me when I was in prison. I really thought about that. You know, I go to the prison and I see these lines of wives with their children and batallando. But they're in line to go see the husband. The mother, the father, they're in line. I see the frustration with the children, and, you know, this morning I went over there and there was a bunch of, the first people in line, 6 o'clock in the morning, were about 10 old ladies. Just waiting in line. 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I got at 6, there at 6, and they were in the truck, so they started getting off. They said, man, this young guy came get in the line. We better get, no, what I'm saying is, I better go get in line, you know, because this guy is going to get in front. But I was just thinking about, this is why I made a decision to work with men. See, this is my life. This is it. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I love what Pastor said on Sunday. There's nothing like knowing what you're going to do for the rest of your life. There's nothing like it. Because nothing else matters. I'm going to the top. Period. And I'm going to take a few good men with me. Because I'm looking for a few good men. Because if a loser drug addict like me can get where I'm at today. And I haven't started yet. I'm still moving forward. Anybody can do it. So I want to just to share those things with you. I'm reading a book today. I kind of stood in my office all day long, pretty much. I'm, learning about, marketing and learning business, and I'm just working always on something. And this morning when I was in line, I got to be doing something, man. I can't be wasting time. I definitely don't want to waste no more time. Picked up my book again. This is the book I'm reading right now. I'm always reading something, listening to something. This one is called Stepping Up. It's on men, how to raise sons, how to raise a son, how to raise our sons. Because my call to men is always, listen, we're looking for a few good men. We need men, desperately need men. Not drug addicts, not wimps, not alcoholics, not gang members. There's plenty of those already. What we need is men. And what I mean by that, someone who will take responsibility for their families, for their actions, for their futures, for their wives. Someone who will man up and be a leader, a husband, a father. And I was reading this book. It talks about that, and it happens to be in a chapter about protecting. I picked it up. It says the courage to protect. And before I let my brother Alex come up here, he's going to share some words with us. I wanted to read you what I read, and it was talking about protecting your family. Because think about it, man. Who's going to protect your family? Because I never thought about that. Who was taking care of my mom and my wife, and when I was in prison, when I was a drug addict, when I was in the streets, when I was a loser? Who took care of my family? Today I believe it was God. The grace of God. But who's going to take care of your family? Listen to this. Listen to this, what this guy said here. In our nation, in America, what America needs more than anything else is men. Real men. Men who won't slither away from an issue or a battle. British politician Edwin Burke gave this chilling reminder to us. He said, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. When it comes to evil, evading a man's life, marriage, his children's life, his work, his community, the easiest thing for him to do is nothing. Just watch and let things happen. We are losing the battle with evil today because too many good men have decided to do just that. Nothing. Just chill at home, barbecue, make a few beers on the weekend. Everybody doing it. Right? And do nothing. Doing nothing is like gravity. It just happens. Nothing is the fruit of passivity. Being passive, being nice. Nothing is the consequence of a lack of conviction. Lack of conviction. You don't care about anything. It's the byproduct of lazy leadership at home. Doing nothing expresses no risk, exerts no initiative, and experiences no reward or triumph. Doing nothing is the natural bent in most of us. It's easy, right? One of my favorite pastimes is sleeping. I love to sleep. But I can't do that, right? I mean, I can't sit there and just, I remember I used to. Remember when I was a loser drug addict, I used to lay down in bed until my back hurts. Because I was a loser. That's why. The easiest thing to do is nothing. Cowards do nothing. One of the greatest lies of our day is that, listen closely, I'm going to close and then pass it over to Alex. One of the greatest lies in our society today, see, this is the kind of stuff that wired me up. I said, man, I can do something. One of the greatest lies in our society today is that one man, one husband, or one dad can't make a difference. Do y'all get that? In other words, in your mind, you say, what difference can I make? In your mind, if you're thinking, man, I'm just one man, I'm just me, what difference can that make? Well, that's the biggest lie you can tell yourself. You can make a difference. I'm making a difference. And you have to take responsibility for your own life and make a difference in your own life. And just by making a difference in your own life, you're going to make a difference in the rest of the people around you. As a single man, you can protect the innocence of a single woman. You are dating by being a nobleman of character and keeping your hands off her. As a husband and a father, you are the warrior who has been charged with the duty of pushing back against evil that seeks to prey on your wife and your children and your sons. Stepping up to courageous manhood starts here, starts now. If you don't do it, who will? Powerful stuff, right? I said, man, I gotta share that today with somebody. Thought I'd share it with you. So that's a challenge for us today. See, I didn't start this class just to socialize and see what we can come up with. I believe that this class is going to keep growing, keep changing life, keep helping men move forward, couples refine their marriage and their experience in life, and we're going to just keep climbing the mountain. We're going to go to the top. Yes? All right, so I'm going to introduce my